Hi everybody, my name is Tiffany. If you are new, if not, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing my February wrap up and March goals. So I went ahead and put in my planner all of the books that I read in February and then kind of go over the goals that I had set for myself, and then we'll go to March. So let's just start with the goals that I set for February. So my goals for February were read 6 books and then read more audiobooks. So for February, I definitely read more than 6 books. I read 9. And then for read more audiobooks, I definitely have been in an audiobook kick lately. So every time I finish an audiobook, I just start a new one. So the books that I read for February were Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, In the Air Tonight by Marie Force, Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, Happily Never After by Lynn Painter, Funny Story by Emily Henry, All the Missing Pieces by Catherine Cowles, Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams, and then She's Not Sorry by Mary Kabuka. 4-ish were audiobooks, so I would say that is pretty good. My average for February was 4.28, so I definitely had a really good month of reading. The only book that I rated below a 4 was Mockingjay, just because I didn't really care for it. Was just very underwhelming. I talked about that a little bit more in a previous vlog. I was reading it on Kindle and I probably got 20%, and then I switched to audio because I just could not keep my head in the game really to finish that book. My 2 5-stars from February were Hunger Games and then Funny Story. I loved Funny Story so much. If you have not read it, please read it. It's just so good. And then All the Missing Pieces was 4.5, and then my 4 stars were everything else. So it was In the Air Tonight, Catching Fire, Happily Never After, and then She's Not Sorry. She's Not Sorry by Mary Kabuka is definitely, if you like thrillers, I would definitely recommend reading that one. It was, and the audio was pretty good on that one too. So my habit tracker for February, I wanted to drink at least 2 tumblers of water, walk, whether it's on the treadmill or outside if the weather was good enough, a social media interaction, reading, and then no random purchases. Water was fine. Like 5 days I didn't drink 2 tumblers. I probably drank like 1.5. Walking is where I really struggled, just because for probably half of the month I was sick. So I just literally, my body was just so tired that I just laid there. Social media interaction, I did pretty well. Just missed 5 days, which is totally fine. Like I'm doing this as a hobby, not necessarily as a job, so it's totally fine if I miss a couple days. I read every single day of the month. No random purchases. I was pretty good throughout the month, just 8 days that I probably bought something that I didn't necessarily need to buy. And then my overall mood for the month was pretty good. I don't think I had anything below like this middle color right here. So overall I would say I had a pretty good like month. And then for March, I went ahead and did all of the coloring for March. I'm sitting in front of a window, so it takes just like a half a second longer to focus. I would show you the monthly spread, but I've already put in some personal things, so I'm not going to show that. And then we do have the habit tracker. So this is obviously blank, and then the habits are here. You do have 9 slots, but I rarely can think of more than 4 or 5. And then we have the dotted line for March books. But as far as like my habit tracker goes, journaling, waking up before 6:30, I would like to just start at like 6:30. I think that's a good like starting point. Right now I wake up at like 7. 7:15. So I would just like to bump it up a little and then hopefully get to like 5:30. Obviously keeping walking going and then eating consciously. So those are my habits for March. I don't really have like a goal of what books I want to read in March. A lot of it just kind of will depend on what books are available from the library, because I do have like a bunch of holds. But currently I am reading Archer's Voice, which was one that I was on my 2025 TBR. And then another one that's on my 2025 TBR that I'm listening to is First Time Caller by V.K. Borison. I'm loving those two so far. So those are pretty much the only books on my February TBR right now, because a lot of it, like I said, will just depend on what's coming through the library. I am really trying to hone in on just using the library more, whether it's Libby or going to the physical library. My physical library is like only 7 minutes away from me, so it's really like, why don't I just go hang out there? I mean, there's a cafe and everything. So they do make a delicious iced chai tea latte as well. So that is my February wrap up and my March goals. Not too many. I don't like to put like a ton of pressure, because then I just will not follow through with them. I have been keeping up with my planner pretty well. So that is a good thing, because I can just keep track of everything, keeping track of like content and things that I want to create, so it's not just like getting lost in my head. But if you guys have any recommendations on any books that I should read in the month of March, please put them down below in the comment section, and then let me know what your March goals are down below. But if you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video, which more likely will be a week in my life vlog.